Right. Alright. Okay, we're here in Strubensvalley. Looks like they've had bees here before. This has been sealed off. We saw just now a few bees flying around the light. So we're going to open this up. Hopefully it's not too big. We want to get this one done quick tonight. We're going to open up, we'll see how big they are. Obviously if it's a big one we'll be here for a while. If it's a little one we'll throw a party and get it done.
Okay. Switching all the lights off.
Have you plugged everything in there, hey? Here.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, 8 gear bees.
Do you want to get the vacuum going?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the vacuum going. This is Ethan just doing a suction test quick, and we don't like it to be too strong so that it doesn't damage the bees as we suck them up. We can see the bees coming out already from this hive. We're suspecting that it's now going to be possibly quite a big hive. We always find that the initial bees that come out are the angry bees. But once we get things open and onto the nest, then we find the bees will be a little bit more placid, giving us the opportunity to obviously work them carefully and get them vacuumed into the hive box. By the way we could see that this ceiling had been repaired from the past, we knew that bees had been here before. And when bees had been in a cavity previously, it is very, very likely that a new colony, once the old colony's been removed, will find where those bees were and then re-inhabit the cavity and make a brand new nest. Every removal is so different. We never know what to expect until we actually start to open up and see what the bees have done, how long they've been there, and how big the hive has expanded and filled the cavity. Right, on initial assessment, these bees have been here for a while. There's quite a lot of comb, and they're well established. Often during removals we find the bees clump on us, and just occasionally we need to stop and vacuum those bees off. They're not really dangerous or doing anything to us, but if we happen to press them for some reason into our head, if it's on the hat, then it's possible that they can sting through the hat and then onto our heads, and the same if they clump on our back or somewhere else on our suit. Wow, there's a couple of 100,000 bees here. We are working in a relatively difficult space. This nest is built up right against the wall, in the very last space between the beam and the wall in the roof. And yeah, so it's difficult for us to get in there. You can only really fit one arm and a shoulder. And you can see there that the comb is probably about just over ½ a meter long from where the ceiling board was up to the roof. We couldn't go through the roof to get to these bees because on top of the roof it was corrugated iron, and so we can't remove that, and to replace it and then reseal it is going to be a lot more expensive than just putting the sealing board back. And then at the same time, you could see from the previous removal they had already cut open this sealing board and done a bit of a patch job anyway to close it up. It's very rare in a removal like this, because of the quantity of bees, that we'll find the queen. We're not even having any intention of looking for the queen. We're just going to vacuum all the bees up, and the reason is it would just take us too long. Already we're probably sitting at about a 2 to 3 hour removal here, and we had to start quite late because sundown is already at 7:30.
The storm is also very tough, so it's hard to cut through.
Old, man.
No, well, it doesn't even look old, it's just tough. Okay, I might need you to hold this piece while I cut.
Okay, which piece is it?
It's this end piece. This one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Ish. Why don't you take it? What?
Stuck.
But where? Ish.
Against the wall. Gonna cut down against the wall. Yeah.
Okay, try.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Screwed.
Okay, this comb looks really good. Some of it's not built quite as straight as we would like. There are eggs in the empty cells, nice brood. This queen has been laying pretty much on most of the frames that we could find. There was a nice honey crown above this that we've already taken off and put into a bucket. We generally don't put much of the honey into the hive because it makes a mess of the brood. These bees will forage again. There is lots of foraging at this time of the year, and they'll be able to build up their resources again. We will put in any frames we find if we have space in the 10 frame hive with pollen on for this larva that they've got. But the most important thing is to get the cap brood in there and get the bees that we vacuumed onto that brood as quickly as possible to keep it warm, and then that brood is going to hatch and make sure that this colony is sustainable. So we've got our usual method of putting the comb into the frames here. We just size it up, lay it against the wires, make sure that it's going to be able to fit into the very center of the frame so that the bees don't cross build once it's inside the box. We use elastic bands to make sure that the comb is nicely secured to the frame. Then we cut very thin recesses just in line with the wires from the frame so that they can go into the center of the comb, and it just adds that extra bit of sturdiness to the comb in the frame so that it doesn't flop around and it's nice and set in position for the bees to continue building on it. What you will find is that the bees do eventually eat through the elastic bands and they pull them out of the hive. as I said, this was quite a difficult position that the bees had built in. Ethan's got his head right there into the roof to try and reach the very, very top and make sure he can clean the comb right off the top of the roof where the corrugated iron is. And then this removal actually took us quite a few hours to do. It was a challenging one, and there were lots of bees. We eventually, on all of our devices, ran out of battery, and so unfortunately with this particular one, you're not going to be able to see us taking these girls to the apiary and transferring them into a hive box at the apiary. But thanks for watching. We really appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in the next one.